What is bullying? Is it just making fun of someone, or is it talking trash about them, spreading rumors? My definition is that it's a constant degrading of another person, whether it's physical, verbal, online, anything, where you're like constantly intimidating them or constantly putting them below you. And the truth is, the person making this guide for you has been a bully and has also been bullied. So I feel like I have more of a story to go off. When I was 8 years old, I came across my first bully. And this was my brother's friend, my older brother's friend. So a couple years older than me, just calling me gay, commenting on Instagram posts, calling me a gay boy. And it did fuck me up, I'll have to admit it. Like, it wasn't a lot to actually mentally affect me because I was so young. And then they graduated, went away. And then I graduated from primary school and went to this new school where I took it out on other people. I wasn't a notorious bully, but I did do it to a couple people. Now, when I was in year 9, if I was still in school, I'd be year 13. I was being bullied by 2 people in my class, 2 people in my school football team, and 1 person in my club football team. I had 5 bullies at once. No one knew about more than 2. Yeah, a lot of people were bystanders. And the reason why it messed me up so much wasn't exactly because it was 5. It was because I had no one to talk to. I had fuck all friends. Oh, and my coping mechanism, which got worse throughout the years, was gaming. The more I got bullied, the more I gamed. And to this day, I still suffer from what people would call social anxiety. I still get nervous as fuck. I still get sweaty palms. And I've always had confidence issues. Now, I saw a kinesiologist like a few months back, and apparently, because my nervous system is so fucked, I have been in fight or flight for the last 2 years or so. If you are being bullied right now, this video is for you. But first things first, the worst thing that you can do is to ignore it. The only exception is if there was a current like situation or some embarrassing moment happened and they're just trying to poke you for it. For example, this is this is out of pocket, but there was a dude at my school who literally vomited on 2 girls with everyone watching. We were like watching some presentation or something. The best thing that he could have done was ignore it, and he did amazing at that. Everyone forgot about it. I'm just using this as an example, of course. But if you're being bullied on a day-to-day basis with no situation, the absolute worst thing that you can do is ignore it. Imagine this. Put yourself in someone else's shoes. Their brother, he goes home and their brother hits him. Continuously, every single day. Goes home from school, gets hit in the arm by his brother. And then that bully goes up to a punching bag and he hits it. And then he sees another punching bag and he hits it. Now this punching bag, the next one he hit him back. The punching bag, like, pretend it's a cartoon. It grew an arm and it hooked him in the face. Which punching bag is he going to punch again? The first or the second one? Definitely not the second one. I know it's a weird analogy, but you need to do something. He's going to go to that first punching bag, that first kid, and bully him more. So why the fuck are we teaching young men to just take it? Take it like a good little bitch. I tried it and it doesn't fucking work. I tried it with like 8 people. It does not work. It does not go away. And you cannot ignore it forever. If you were to just take one thing from this guide, please take the last 5 minutes. That is what I've learnt with 8 years of encountering with bullies. I'm not saying I got bullied for 8 years straight, but I'm saying I have witnessed a lot of bullying in my time. Whether I've been a part of it or been the victim. So why do bullies pick you? Now, bullies aren't exactly, like, they're not different species, they're humans as well. So they simply, most of the time, have something up with them. Maybe it's at home, maybe they just want to take something out on someone. And then they come across a lonely kid who seems a lot smaller, and he throws a comment at him. Ha, loser, you're alone. Why do you have no friends? And that kind of felt good. And then the next day, he does it again. After a few weeks, he might even start shoving him. It's because there's no friction to what his actions are. But then imagine that same bully go up to Mike Tyson, 19-year-old Mike Tyson, and call him a skinny little bitch. Mike Tyson would literally one-punch him. There's friction when it comes to hanging around with different people and bullying them. So there's friction with different people. Now, it's not just being Mike Tyson or knowing how to punch really hard. But there are other ways that we can add friction to this, so then we are not the one being bullied. Simply just have some friends in that situation. If you're being bullied, you probably don't have that many friends, or you don't have any friends in that situation. So let's say you're getting bullied in your football team. You probably don't have many friends in your football team. Just a generalization. But a small tactic is to be close with those in power. For example, be close with the teacher, be close with the headmaster, be a little bit closer with the coach, the personal trainer who takes the gym classes. Anyone that's an authority figure, just be closer to them. You don't see many people picking on the headmaster's kid at school, did you? No. Let me just say this right now. If you are being bullied in your friend group, this is continuous harassment, and it's not just like friendly banter. They are actually attacking you. And your friends see it happening. Usually from one guy. They are not your fucking friends. I had a similar situation. I don't talk to any of those fake cunts anymore. Remove them from your life immediately. So what do we have so far? Because we need to be keeping track of what will actually help you with bullies. So first we have doing something. You must do something. Whether it's kicking them in the balls or calling them a loser as well. You must add friction to their behavior. There must be a punishment for them picking on you. The next is to be close to someone that's an authority figure. The coach, the teacher, the whatever. I'm guessing you could pick it out. Third is to be capable in the fighting way. Now, of course, you don't have to know how to knock someone out. But knowing how to throw a punch, or at least like a deadly kick to the shins, that will help. And then fourth, a group of real friends that are actually like loyal. They will back you up. But if you're in the stage where you don't have any friends because you are on this self-improvement journey, because I teach self-improvement on my channel, where you've like left your old friend group but you haven't developed yourself to join this new friend group, or you haven't found them yet, then okay, just make that a long-term goal. But let's say you have a bully currently, because those are all things, yes, they will help, but if the bully is bullying you currently, then he's probably not going to stop. So here's how you can go about it. First things first, you need to identify what situation the bullying is happening in. For example, if it's happening in class, there's not much the teacher will be able to do about it. The teacher is teaching like 30 other people. However, if you are actually in like a football team, a sports team, or at your job, then the coach or your boss really cares about the team culture. They want everyone to get along. It actually affects their job. If you're in that situation, the best thing that you can do is literally just tell them, hey boss, yo, this guy's a fucking dickhead to me. Simple as that. If they ignore it, tell them again. Like a week from now. Be continuous and be consistent about it. And then eventually they will get so fed up with you that they will act on it. Okay, so now that we are past that part with the team culture stuff, this is probably at your school, in your friend group maybe, just social related. You must make yourself not seen as the weak link in a social situation. Odds are, if you're being bullied, you don't have that many friends. But there's power in numbers. No bully is going to come along and try to bully a whole friend group. That doesn't happen. So you're alone, and he's picking on you again. If you literally have not done anything to this point, literally just say, can you stop bullying me? Why are you a bully? Label him as a bully. Because most of the time, they don't actually see themselves as the bad guy. Now, this sounds ignorant as fuck, but when I was bullying people, I didn't actually that much realize it. I kind of knew, but I didn't see myself in that frame. So literally call them a bully. Okay, so when you're saying that, don't say it in like an angry way, like stop bullying me because he's gonna take the piss out of you more. But say it in like a fed up with your bullshit kind of way. Imagine someone's ranting to you for like half an hour and you've asked them to stop. Imagine the tone of how you would tell them to shut up at that point. Say it in that tone. And if he brushes it off and continues to bully you, make a fucking scene. Literally become loud. I told you to stay away from me. Stop bullying me. Other people will hear this. Very rarely are you just alone together. Any of those, and he will be taken aback from this. Because you're quite a quiet kid. I'm guessing. So if you get loud, he'll be like, whoa, what the fuck is he doing? That's what we want. Now, I will never advocate for people to get physically violent, but there is times when that is the only option. So if the two bullies I had in my class, they were both picking on me. And one day, we were at one class. It was like this stream class, so we went from one class to the other, but stayed as the same people. And we went from the first class to the second class. We were in line for the second class, and I was so fed up with their bullshit that I quite literally lashed out at one of them. Quite a small guy, like he was smaller than me by like a few inches shorter. They never bullied me after that day because my capability to get violent literally showed that I wasn't someone to be picked on. It's just that it took me so long to show that. That I am someone who can get fucking violent if I'm pissed off. If it gets to that point, then it is necessary. Because I've had that with 3 bullies on 2 separate occasions. That's how they stopped bullying me. I got violent. And I would fucking do it again. And I recommend for you to, if it's your only option. I've never been a flight person. I've always been a fight. I will literally just stand my ground and I will get violent. It is quite literally in my nature. Like, you know when you're in that split-second decision of whether you punch him in the face or run? I've always been a punch him in the face type dude. So my last bully 3 years ago, I was in a fight or flight and I punched him in the face 4 times. Never called me gay again. In fact, never been bullied since then. But do you see the trend? I didn't even hurt the first guy. I did hurt the second guy. But it's not about the punches thrown. It's about the fact that you can get violent. I had 2 dudes hold me back on the first time. It's quite simply just the friction of picking on you that stops the bullying. Please, just please, do something when you're getting bullied. Because when you ignore it, you are inviting it to happen even more. So what you need to do is be vocal at first, and if you need to take the extreme route, I'm sure your father will understand it. And at worst, what is it, like a week grounded, a week without your phone? And imagine the return on that. You're no longer getting bullied. Your mental health is no longer fucked up. You no longer get violent thoughts. You no longer think about self-harm. You no longer am motivated purely off self-fucking hatred. Personally, I would take that return every single day of the week. I paid the price for it in a 2-day stand down from my school and some voluntary work. And it was absolutely worth it. I'd do it any day of the week. Now, I'm not saying beat the shit out of your bully. But you need to just add friction. Whether it's like, you know what we got taught in primary school? Stop it, I don't like it. I don't know if anyone else got taught this while they're watching this, but that's what we got taught. It's literally better to do that than nothing. If you feel like your situation is fairly unique and you don't see yourself doing this in any type of situation, hit me up. We can hop on a call if you want. Completely for free. Click subscribe only if you found this valuable, and I have a Discord in the description full of young men on self-improvement. Don't do what's easy, do what's right. Peace.